Not everything recorded inside stadiums belongs to this reality. Some scenes look normal at first, until the footage is slowed down, zoomed in, and questioned. Strange movements, unnatural figures, moments that shouldn't exist.
Entiendo que eres muy exigente porque dices que...
These are not highlights of sport. They are recordings that make people question whether what they saw was ever real. In October 2024, baseball stadiums across the United States became the stage for something that left fans genuinely disturbed. During the playoffs, multiple people in the crowds were caught on camera wearing unsettling frozen smiles and staring directly at other attendees without blinking. It happened at games in New York, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. Fans reported feeling watched, followed, and deeply uncomfortable. Security was called multiple times. The truth came out weeks later when it was revealed to be a viral marketing campaign for the horror film Smile 2, but that explanation didn't erase the genuine fear people felt in those moments. Some attendees left games early, and several people filed complaints about the psychological impact on those who witnessed it. Zombie-like woman. At a football match in Buenos Aires on the 22nd of September 2024, stadium cameras panned across the crowd and stopped on an elderly woman sitting alone in the upper section. What made viewers pause the footage was her appearance and behavior. She sat completely still, staring blankly ahead with an expression that several people described as lifeless. Her skin appeared unusually pale under the stadium lights, and she didn't react to anything happening around her. Not the goals, not the cheering, not even when people directly in front of her stood and blocked her view. Security later confirmed they had no record of anyone matching her description, purchasing a ticket for that section, and when staff went to check on her during halftime, the seat was empty. Shadow Stalker. During a high-intensity Dortmund versus Bayern match in Munich, something unexpected unfolded that had nothing to do with football. As the game continued, cameras briefly caught a dark, human-like shadow entering the pitch from the side of the stadium. It moved across the grass in a way that felt strangely intentional, almost as if it understood the rhythm of the game. For a few seconds, it appeared to run alongside the players without anyone reacting to its presence. Then, just as quickly, the figure seemed to lose form, its edges breaking apart before vanishing completely from view. No collision, no disruption in play, just confusion in the broadcast and among viewers. Some called it a ghost, others blamed a satellite signal glitch, but no one could fully explain what had briefly stepped onto the field. Ball ritual. During a football match, something strange was caught on camera right after a goal that made viewers question what they were seeing. As the ball hit the net, players rushed in to celebrate, but instead of a normal reaction, the ball itself appeared to lift and hover mid-air for a few seconds. Players surrounded it, moving in sync as if performing a ritual, and the ball seemed to respond, rising unnaturally with them. Fans later called it a magic celebration, while others insisted it was just a camera illusion. But the clip spread fast online, because for a moment, it didn't feel like football. It felt like something unexplainable. Humanoid at concert. When Taylor Swift performed at Estadio Nilton Santos in Rio de Janeiro on the 17th of November 2023, 70,000 fans packed the stadium, but one attendee reportedly wasn't there for the music. Footage taken from the upper deck shows a tall, unnaturally thin figure standing motionless in the crowd, staring directly at the stage while everyone around it danced and sang. The person who filmed it said the figure never moved, never blinked, and seemed completely unaffected by the people bumping into it. When security was alerted and approached the area, the figure had vanished. No one matching that description was found anywhere in the stadium, and the seat it had been standing near was empty for the remainder of the show. Moving goal. During a regional soccer match in Grove City Middle School, Pennsylvania, players and referees were left staring in disbelief when one of the goals shifted on its own. No wind, no contact, no explanation. The metal frame, anchored into the ground, moved several inches to the side while the ball was in play. The match was paused, officials inspected the goal, and found the anchors still firmly in place. Play resumed, but footage of that moment has been shared across paranormal forums ever since, with many convinced that whatever force moved that goal was not of this world. Ghost Runner During a regional track meet in Santiago, Chile, in August 2023, the stadium was packed, cameras rolling, when something appeared on the track that made everyone watching freeze. A figure, humanoid in shape but moving at a speed no human could achieve, sprinted across the track in what looked like less than 2 seconds.
Ningún amonestado.
Security footage caught it from multiple angles. The shape was there, then it wasn't. Athletes who were warming up reported feeling a sudden rush of cold air as it passed. One runner later described it as watching someone fast forward through reality. The footage went viral within hours, with viewers frame by frame analyzing what they were seeing.
Ningún amonestado.
Sports officials dismissed it as a camera glitch, but those who were there in person tell a different story. Simulation glitch. The 12th of July, 2024, during the Badminton World Federation Championships, 2 players on opposite sides of the court executed the exact same movement at the exact same time. Not similar movements, identical ones. They lunged, swung, and recovered in perfect synchronization despite being engaged in active play against each other. Broadcast footage from multiple angles confirmed it. Online communities dedicated to simulation theory seized on the clip as evidence that our reality operates on repeating code. Skeptics argued it was a coincidence, but the mathematical improbability of 2 athletes in the middle of a fast-paced match moving in perfect unison down to the millisecond left many viewers unsettled. Another clip shows a strange incident of almost the same kind when, during an NFL match, a glitch in reality was caught. 2 players collided hard and fell, but when they got up, they rose in almost perfect sync, mirroring each other's movement at the same time. For a moment, it looked unnatural, like the footage had skipped or duplicated a frame of reality. The crowd didn't notice it live, but the replay turned it into a viral glitch in the Matrix moment. Voodoo collapse. In February 2025, during a football match in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, a player suddenly collapsed on the field with no visible contact. Cameras immediately cut to a woman in the stands who had been spotted earlier performing strange hand gestures while holding a small object. As the player went down, she was seen making a final, deliberate motion with her hands. Medical staff rushed onto the field, but the player recovered within minutes, claiming he felt a sudden, overwhelming pressure in his chest that vanished as quickly as it came. The woman was escorted out by security, and no further information about her identity or intentions was ever released. Magical goal. In 2023, a football match in Barcelona produced a goal that defied logic. The ball was clearly outside the net when it was struck, yet somehow it ended up inside, leaving everyone confused if it simply teleported inside.
Oh, that's an excellent goal.
Referees reviewed the footage, fans re-watched it endlessly, and everyone came to the same conclusion. The ball should not have gone in. Moments later, officials discovered a small tear in the netting that, combined with the speed and angle of the ball, allowed it to slip through in a way that looked impossible. The goal was allowed to stand, but the visual of that moment still looks like a glitch in reality.
Bayer Leverkusen's Stefan Kiesling's header struck the outside of the Hoffenheim net and went through a hole and landed in the goal.
Sky orbs. During a football match in Mexico, something appeared in the sky that no one could ignore. Multiple glowing orbs hovered silently above the stadium, perfectly spherical, completely still. They didn't flicker like drones or move like aircraft. For the entire match, they remained fixed, watching from above. Dozens of fans recorded the moment, and later, even reports of similar sightings were linked to unexplained aerial phenomena, objects often described as orbs in UFO cases. Air traffic control confirmed nothing was in the area. Some believe these weren't objects at all. But extraterrestrial crafts observing from above. And the strangest part? The moment the match ended, they vanished. Lunging figure. A security guard was clearing a cinema hall late at night when he noticed someone sitting alone. At first, it looked like a spectator who had fallen asleep during the movie. He called out, saying the show was over, but the figure didn't respond. It remained completely still.
Hey, movie's over, man. Theater's closed. You hear me? Gotta get going.
Moments later, it slowly stood up, and that's when its horrific features became clear. Its pale presence, white hair, and unnatural posture froze him in place. Suddenly, it lunged at him, screaming in a voice no one could explain. The guard barely escaped and returned with his team, but the hall was empty. Later, they learned that years ago, an elderly woman had died there during a horror film, and since then, something still lingers. After that incident, the hall was completely shut down for any kind of show. Olympic conspiracy. During the opening ceremony of the Paris 2024 Olympics, a massive hooded figure appeared as part of a performance. Its skeletal look and dark presence instantly caught global attention. To some viewers, it felt less like art and more like something symbolic. Social media quickly filled with theories, with many claiming it resembled occult imagery or hidden messages embedded in the ceremony. Officials dismissed it as creative storytelling tied to French culture, but the unsettling design and the way it was presented left many unconvinced. Because sometimes what's shown as art might be hiding something deeper. Black magic ritual. On the 12th of March 2024, just before a quarter-final match between Orlando Pirates and MC Alger, a member of the Pirates' technical staff was caught on camera spilling a dark liquid substance onto the field. The opposing team's staff, noticing this, immediately responded by pouring hot water over the same area. Tensions flared, and both benches exchanged heated words before officials intervened. While the substance was never identified, rumors spread that it was part of a ritual intended to curse the opposing team. The match went ahead, but the incident left a stain far beyond the field. Lemon ritual. In a packed cricket stadium, an unusual moment caught everyone's eye. A man in the stands was seen quietly performing a lemon ritual, drawing confused looks from nearby spectators. At that exact moment, tension on the field was rising. On the very next ball, the batsman mistimed his shot and lost his wicket. For a brief second, the stadium went silent, stunned by the timing. Was it just coincidence, or the mind playing tricks under pressure? Cricket is a game of skill and focus, but moments like these fuel endless debates, where fans wonder if sometimes belief and superstition quietly become part of the game too. Possessed player.
Pero no me quedo con buenas sensaciones de este partido porque no jugué bien.
During a post-match interview featuring João Cancelo, what began as a normal conversation suddenly took an unusual turn. As the questions continued, his expression shifted in a way that felt out of sync with the moment. A brief pause, a distant stare, and then responses that didn't quite match the flow of the discussion. Even the interviewer seemed unsure how to react as Cancelo momentarily broke from his usual composed demeanor.
Entiendo que eres muy exigente porque...
For a few seconds, his reactions felt almost automatic, like something else had taken control of his focus, before he snapped back to normal and smiled it off. Some called it exhaustion, others joked about a funny mood swing, but the clip left viewers unsettled, debating whether it was just pressure or something unseen briefly influencing the moment. Saucer cloud. The 17th of August, 2024, during a football match in Bogota, Colombia, a massive, saucer-shaped cloud formation appeared directly above the stadium. The cloud remained perfectly still, despite visible wind moving other clouds in the area. Fans stopped watching the game to film the phenomenon, and footage from multiple angles shows the same strange, disc-like shape. Meteorologists were unable to explain the formation, and speculation about extraterrestrial observation spread quickly across social media. And just as suddenly as it appeared, it began to fade, dissolving into the sky as if it was never there. No warning, no trace, leaving behind only one question. Was it really a cloud, or something watching from above? Wicket movement. During a cricket match in India, a camera caught a strange moment that to this day is unexplained. While the batsman was preparing to hit the ball, one of the stumps moved on its own. The bowler had just delivered the ball, the batsman had stepped aside, and then, with no contact, one of the stumps shifted.
Going deep in the crease? Oh no, it's just happened on its own. How did that happen? Wow!
Umpires called for a review. Players gathered around, and slow-motion footage confirmed what everyone saw. The stump moved. No wind, no vibration, no explanation. Play was temporarily halted, but eventually resumed with a new set of stumps, and the incident remains unexplained. Shape-shifting player. During a basketball game in Manila on the 3rd of June, 2023, viewers watching the live broadcast noticed something that made them rewind their footage over and over. One of the players, while reaching for a rebound, extended his arms to a length that defied human anatomy. Frame-by-frame breakdowns showed his limbs stretching far beyond what should be physically possible, almost reptilian in their movement. Online communities exploded with theories ranging from camera distortion to something far more unsettling.
Michael going, maybe?
The player himself never addressed the footage, and the league offered no comment. Those who attended the game in person reported nothing unusual, but the broadcast footage tells a very different story. Matrix glitch. In February 2017, an NBA game between the Cavaliers and the Pistons was underway when something happened that still has people questioning what they saw. Players, mid-play, appeared to freeze in mid-air. They didn't slow down. They just froze. For a fraction of a second, they hung suspended as if someone had paused reality itself. The crowd was shocked, and the cameras caught it all. Viewers who saw it live started comparing notes online, wondering if they had all witnessed the same impossible moment. Although the commentator could be heard saying it was a mannequin challenge,
not hesitating. Oh, the mannequin challenge.
Those explanations didn't satisfy the audience. Skeptics pointed to broadcast lag or frame rate issues, but still, netizens want to know what could have happened before the whistleblower resumed the game.
Frozen bird. That was awesome.
Demolition during match. In May 2015, during a football match in Denmark, fans were treated to an unexpected spectacle that had nothing to do with the game. In the background, just beyond the stadium, massive industrial smokestacks were scheduled for controlled demolition. The timing was supposed to be coordinated to avoid the match, but something went wrong. Mid-game, the towers came down in a cloud of dust and debris that rolled toward the stadium. Play stopped. Fans stood in stunned silence as the massive structures collapsed. Fortunately, everyone was safe, but the footage of players and referees standing frozen, watching two smokestacks fall while a football match was supposed to be happening, became one of the most surreal sports moments ever captured on camera. Lucifer summoning. On a cold November night in 2006, Kaiserslautern FC took the field in Germany for what should have been a routine match. But before kickoff, the team gathered in a circle at midfield and performed what can only be described as a ritual. Arms raised, chanting in unison. Their formation and movements bore an eerie resemblance to occult ceremonies. Footage of the moment spread online, with conspiracy theorists pointing out the precision of their positioning and the symbolism in their gestures. The club later stated it was simply a team motivation exercise, but that explanation did little to calm those who believed they had witnessed something far darker. To this day, clips of that pre-game ritual are analyzed by those convinced the team was invoking something beyond the physical realm. Heroic reflexes. During a live broadcast in Sao Paulo on the 3rd of March 2023, a reporter was conducting a post-game interview on the sidelines when a stray ball came rocketing toward her head.
Evan, there's been a lot of changes this offseason for your team. How do you feel your chances are in the AL East?
I love our chances.
She had no idea it was coming. The player standing next to her saw it, and in a reaction so fast it barely registered on camera, he reached out and caught the ball inches from her face.
Keep it on the field.
The reporter didn't even flinch because she never saw it coming. The player's reflexes were so sharp, so impossibly timed, that viewers watching the clip wondered how a human being could react that quickly. The moment went viral not just for the save, but for the eerie precision of it. Self-bouncing ball. In March 2025, during a cricket match in Mumbai, something happened that stumped everyone watching.
12 of the over so far. That sailed 80 meters.
A bowler delivered the ball, it hit the pitch, and then, instead of continuing its trajectory, it bounced again on its own. No visible contact, no wind, nothing that could explain the second bounce.
That sailed 80 meters.
Players stopped. The umpire called for a review. Slow-motion replays showed the ball clearly bouncing with no external force applied. Officials ruled it a dead ball and moved on, but footage of that moment has been analyzed endlessly by physicists and skeptics alike, none of whom can provide a satisfying explanation for what occurred. Frozen reporter. The 31st of October, 2024, a sports reporter in Manchester was delivering a live update from the sidelines when she suddenly stopped mid-sentence.
We can be just as good as any All-Stars out there, and that is what they were doing. She lost him. I just shouted back.
Not a pause, a complete freeze. Her eyes remained open, her mouth slightly parted, her body rigid. The feed continued for 12 seconds before cutting back to the studio. When the broadcast returned to her minutes later, she was back to normal, with no memory of what had happened.
We've lost Rachel Nichols. All right, come back. Come back.
I'm here.
You can hear me?
I'm back to you, Scott. I'm back.
Can you hear me, Rachel?
I can.
Medical evaluations found nothing wrong. Viewers who watched the clip described her expression during the freeze as distant, as if she was somewhere else entirely. The network dismissed it as a technical issue, but the reporter later left her position and refused to speak publicly about the incident. Ghost player? Security footage from a gymnasium in Detroit shows something that has never been explained. The camera, set to record overnight, captured a basketball bouncing on its own in the center of the court. Not rolling, bouncing. Up and down, as if someone was dribbling it. The motion continued for nearly 30 seconds before the ball rolled to a stop. Maintenance staff who reviewed the footage confirmed no one was in the building at the time, all doors were locked, and there was no airflow that could account for the movement. The gym has since been the subject of multiple paranormal investigations. Ball thrown back. One night, some teenagers in Lima, Peru, were playing basketball in an outdoor court when something happened that made them abandon the game entirely. One of them took a shot, missed, and the ball bounced into a darkened area beyond the court. They quickly ran to grab the ball when something unexpected happened. Instead, it was thrown back, hard, fast, as if someone from the dark had hurled it with force. The boys ran, leaving the ball behind. When they returned the next day with friends and adults, the ball was sitting in the center of the court, untouched. No one else had been there. Teleporting player. During a match, a normal play turned into something no one could explain, but the camera caught it. A player was about to score when suddenly another opponent appeared mid-air, out of nowhere, as if he had glitched into reality. For a split second, his movement didn't feel human. The player with the ball hesitated and dodged, almost like he saw it too. The game continued, unnoticed. But when the clip went online, viewers spotted the extra figure instantly. Some called it a glitch in reality. A trend often seen in viral TikTok videos where unexplained moments leave people questioning what's real. Sky phenomena. On the 19th of July, 2023, during a football match in Sao Paulo, something strange stopped everyone mid-game. Dark, unusual clouds formed above the stadium, moving in patterns that didn't resemble planes, drones, or normal weather. For nearly 3 minutes, they hovered, shifting unnaturally before vanishing. Fans began filming, some linking it to end-time signs, while panic slowly built in the crowd. Officials later dismissed it as a storm formation, but many weren't convinced. Because those who saw it closely said one thing: it didn't behave like a cloud at all. What do you think, natural or something else? Ghost celebration. The 28th of June, 2024, during a football match in Colombia, James Rodriguez scored a goal that sent the crowd into a frenzy. But when cameras panned across the celebrating fans, they caught something else. A translucent figure, visible for only a few frames, appeared to be jumping and cheering alongside the crowd. The figure had no clear features, no solid form, and vanished as quickly as it appeared. Fans who were seated in that section later reported feeling an unusual coldness in the air at the exact moment of the goal. Black-cloaked figures. At a football match in Istanbul on the 3rd of October 2024, a man filmed some fans wearing long black cloaks and sitting in complete silence while everyone around them cheered and shouted. Their faces were obscured, their posture rigid, and they didn't move for the entire match. Security eventually approached them, but by the time staff arrived, the seats were empty. No one saw them leave, and no record of ticket purchases for those seats could be found. Night fear. A security guard working the night shift at a stadium in Athens on the 8th of December, 2024, reported an experience that made him quit his job the next day. While doing his rounds, he heard a door slam in the changing room area.
Concha de la lora.
Assuming someone had been left behind, he went to investigate. As he approached, the door slammed again, this time harder. He panned his flashlight across the room and caught a shadowy figure moving quickly past the camera. He didn't wait to see more. He ran, left the building, and never returned. Black magic. Before kickoff of a tense football match, cameras briefly caught a strange moment behind the goal. A player was seen crouching low, digging into the grass, and placing a small, doll-like object beneath the net before quickly walking away. As the game began, the opposing team suddenly struggled to convert chances, as if something was disrupting their rhythm and focus. The pattern continued, missed shots and misjudged passes piling up. During play, one player noticed the hidden object and removed it without hesitation. Almost immediately after it was taken away, his team broke forward and scored. Some called it coincidence, but others still whisper that in football, certain players rely on unseen forces and black magic for advantage. Blob invasion. During a Hub City Spartanburgers game, play was suddenly disrupted when a strange, ghostly white blob rolled onto the infield. It moved slowly across the grass in an unnatural drifting motion, as if it wasn't fully affected by wind or slope. Players and officials paused, unsure what they were seeing.
No one has any clue what it is.
Grounds crew quickly entered the field and carefully removed it, treating it with unusual caution, as if it could be something hazardous. The object didn't behave like normal debris. Speculation spread instantly. Some called it foam, others joked about alien residue. But even after it was taken away, its origin remained completely unexplained. LeBron James clone. During a game featuring LeBron James, a fan paused a broadcast and noticed something strange in one frame. LeBron was clearly on the court, but just behind him on the bench sat a man eating popcorn who looked almost identical to him. Same face, same build, almost like a reflection. The clip quickly went viral as viewers zoomed in again and again, shocked by the resemblance. Some called it a camera angle illusion. Others couldn't shake the feeling it was something more unusual. Was it just coincidence and timing, or a strange visual trick that made reality look duplicated for a moment? NFL robots. During an NFL match involving the Miami Dolphins, fans were stunned when AI-like robots appeared near the sidelines. At first, many assumed it was part of a halftime show, but the machines moved with strange precision, reacting to the game in real time as if they were observing everything. No official explanation was given during the broadcast, which only fueled confusion across the stadium and online. Some dismissed it as marketing or a staged stunt, but others saw something deeper, a controlled test of AI systems inside a live sporting event. And as the game ended, one unsettling thought remained. Was it just entertainment, or a quiet step towards something far more advanced already entering the real world? Robotic match. China's first fully autonomous AI robot football tournament on June 28th started as a breakthrough experiment. 4 university teams, fully AI-controlled robots, no human input during play. At first, it looked like the future of sport, but soon, something strange happened. Several robots began slowing down mid-match, some collapsing on the field, and others freezing completely, as if their systems were overwhelmed under pressure. What unsettled viewers most was the response human-style assistants rushed in to help the machines, treating them almost like injured players. Officials called it technical instability, but online theories quickly spread. Was this just a failed experiment, or a controlled test to see how autonomous systems behave when they start breaking down in real competition? It's time for the subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers, and at first, it looked disturbing. It showed a player on the field, with a dark, shadowy figure right behind him, almost like something was following him, watching, waiting for the perfect moment to take over or stop him from scoring. But as we looked deeper into the footage, the truth turned out to be something completely different. This moment was actually captured during a baseball game between the Seattle Mariners and the Minnesota Twins. During a pre-game ceremony, a bald eagle meant to fly across the stadium suddenly went off course and landed directly on pitcher James Paxton's shoulder instead.
Very solemn moment and a patriotic moment and an uncooperative bald eagle, but we're ready to play baseball nonetheless.
From a certain angle, its wings and shadow created the illusion of something far more sinister. Sometimes, what looks paranormal is just reality, seen from the wrong perspective. These moments were all caught on camera, broadcast to millions, and left us all with more questions than answers. Whether you believe in glitches, ghosts, or something else entirely, one thing is certain. Stadiums hold more than just games. What's the most unexplainable thing you've ever witnessed at a live event? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because we're just getting started.